All right, what's going on, man? So in this list, first and foremost, the inspiration behind today's video comes from a community member that commented on the video, and he asked me, Mike, I'm a teenager. Give me a recommendation, or what would you recommend if I was trying to get my first fragrance? And so I saw that as a great opportunity to kind of peel back the hand of time and go back to 15-year-old me. What would I have wanted as a fragrance person? How would I have started my list? And so what I have here for you guys is 5 fragrances for a teenager who is just starting off of their collection, who is just getting into the collection. And these all go for your first fragrance to start off with. So before we even get into today's list, I think it's important to understand, as your fragrance mentor, the mindset of where this list is coming from and what happens whenever I'm recommending fragrances for you guys, right? So in that teenage age range, right, what's important is 2 things. One is you want to smell your age and you want to smell appropriate for the settings, right? At that time, a lot of guys really aren't into fragrance. They're really not into cologne, right? They're still at the Axe body spray kind of period of time. Part of it is they can't afford it, and they don't want to really spend a whole lot of money. Hygiene isn't that high of an importance during this age range. Now, if you're listening to the fragrance mentor, you could be ahead of the game. So the first and foremost thing is a lot of the fragrances that you're gonna get, a lot of the teenage fragrances that are recommended is really more so about just smelling fresh, clean, smelling, like you just took a nice shower, like you're taking your hygiene seriously even for your age, when a lot of people aren't, okay? So that's the first and foremost thing. So a lot of these fragrances that you're gonna see in today's video are really just meant to help you smell like you're taking your hygiene seriously, like you want to be put together. This should be the icing of the cake of your uniform as well as of your appearance, all right? But it's always important to make sure that you're showering, that you're making sure you brush your teeth and all the other things that are important when it comes to putting on a nice presentation, because I always have said that your presentation, your smell is your first impression to the world, okay? So that's the first foremost thing. Now, going into each fragrance, what I wanted to do was to have basically the whole spectrum involved in this list. So what I mean by that is I have fragrances that are on the cheapy side because, for one, at that age range, you're not really trying to break the bank. I wouldn't want you to break the bank, and I wasn't trying to break the bank when I was first getting into fragrances. I was trying to find things that were affordable and appropriate, but still help me smell great. So I have that for you. And then as you start to build your collection out, I can also recommend you things where if you're ready to put that investment down, you may have saved some money up. You may ask for this as a gift for your birthday or for Christmas or for any holiday coming up. I have those fragrances if you're trying to step up. Maybe you're a guy who really got into fragrance early like I did and you're ready for your next fragrance. But this is for someone who I'm assuming hasn't gotten into fragrance yet, and so we're just beginning. So now that we got that out the way, this first one is a fragrance that was recently mentioned on this list and on this channel. This one here is called Afnan 9 p.m. So Afnan 9 p.m. is a clone of Jean Paul Gaultier. This is Ultramel. Now, for me, I really love this fragrance because of its youthful energy, of its sort of projection, and just the smell, man. It's gonna have apple, cinnamon, lavender, bergamot, orange blossom, vanilla, and taco. So you're gonna get that fresher core, but you're also gonna be aromatic. So when you wear it out, whether you're wearing it out to school, you're wearing it out to a gang, you're wearing it out to maybe a party, you're gonna stick out because that fragrance is gonna stick out. You're gonna smell good. You're gonna be one of the best people, if not the best smelling person in the room. With that, you're gonna smell like one of the top designer fragrances on the planet for only $30, so you can't beat that, all right? So again, Afnan 9 p.m., that's for the person who wants a level of versatility of fresh, but also a level of sweetness as well in their fragrance. They don't mind it being a little youthful, a little bit playful, which is what you kind of want at that age range and for what you're going for. And you're not gonna have to break the bank with that first fragrance, all right? Now, second one on the list is one I honestly always recommend to my younger, listeners, my younger followers, and even to the little bros who are asking me, hey, Mike, what kind of fragrance would you recommend? I always recommend this brand because for the price per milliliter, the price value for it, you can't beat. This is a really good fresh fragrance and it's unique for the smell. This one is Jimmy Choo Man. All right, now Jimmy Choo Man is gonna have pineapple, sway, lavender, melon, pink pepper, and patchouli. So again, another fresh citrusy fragrance. Now this one's not gonna be as vanillic. Okay, so it's not gonna be as sweet. It's not gonna be as sort of bubblegummy, not so unisex. It's gonna be really fresh, really put together. So almost like fresh shower gel in a way, right? So you're gonna have that pineapple that's really gonna help you stand out. That melon's gonna help you stand out. And it's gonna turn heads because you don't find those two fragrance notes in a whole lot of colognes. All right, so I think Jimmy Choo Man will be a good one for that guy who is really trying to be fresh, clean, put together, and smell like fresh shower gel. Right, so I think that'd be a great one, and it's not gonna break the bank for you. Under $50, especially if you can get it on a discounter. All right, now this third one is one that has really been taking over TikTok, especially. So it's really starting to gain steam and popularity online and on social media. This one is from the brand of Rasasi, and this one here is called Rasasi Hawas. All right, now Rasasi Hawas is gonna smell like, again, another fresh fragrance, but this one's gonna be a little bit more on the citrusy and watery side. So you're gonna have apple, bergamot, lemon. You're gonna have watery notes, plum, cardamom. Then you're gonna have a level of musk. So now you're starting to get a little older. Maybe you're not 15 years old. Maybe you're closer to 18, but you're still in your teens. You're still early into fragrances, and you're still probably trying to get into getting a nice cologne. So you want a little bit older, a little bit more, a little bit more mature. That ambergris and musk at the base of Hawas, coupled with the watery notes and the citrus, is gonna be a little bit fresher for you. So if you don't want something as sweet and as youthful as the first two fragrances, you want something a little bit more fresh, a little bit more clean, a little bit more like laundry detergent, so to speak, a little bit more watery, a little bit more maybe sunny too, especially for hotter, warmer weather. You live in a warm city like a Texas, like a Tampa, like a Houston, or Dallas, then I think that'd be a really good fragrance for you. Also, that'd be another good fragrance for the gym as well. All right. Now we're gonna get into our sort of going out clubbing. So let's say you're out of high school, right? You're ready to go out to your first college party. You want to go out to your first club, but you need a night out fragrance. Well, I got this one here for you. And this one was one of my favorites. It's still one of my favorites, even now, despite how popular it is. All right, I love this. It's always gonna turn heads. I'm always getting compliments on it, especially to this day. And this one is Versace Eros. And I got Eau de Toilette, but EDT, EDP, the parfum, you can't go wrong with any Versace Eros. Versace Eros is gonna be mint, apple, tonka bean, ambroxan, vanilla, and cedar. So you're gonna get that spectrum of herbal from the mint, citrus from the apple, tonka bean, which is gonna give it a level of spiciness. Ambroxan is a fragrance note you'll hear me talk about a lot. Ambroxan is one of those notes that really helps the fragrance project. So it's gonna get that sort of, you walk in a room and people are gonna be able to smell you. They're gonna be like, okay, Mike just walked into the room, or whomever just walked into the room. Then you got that vanilla at the base to really give it a level of aromaticity, so you're gonna smell good. You go out on your first date, I think whoever you go out with will really like the way you smell. So for me, Eros is one of those I'm always recommending, especially for the price too. It's actually pretty affordable for a popular designer fragrance. Honorable mention, if you don't like Eros, or if you don't want to go with Eros, maybe it's too sweet for you, I would go with Dylan Blue from Versace as well. All right. Last fragrance for today. This one's gonna be a little bit more investment, so maybe you got some money saved up, you want to step it up just one tier more, I would go with this one. This one is from the brand of Azzaro, and this one here is Azzaro Wanted by Night. So first off, Azzaro Wanted by Night is gonna have probably the most complex note breakdown. There's a lot of notes in here. So we got cinnamon, orange, lavender. Okay, that's at the top. So when you first spray, you're gonna get hit with that spice and citrus. In the mid, you're gonna get your fruity notes with some incense, so it's gonna get a little smoky, but a little citrusy as well. Then at the base, you're gonna have a level of tobacco, vanilla, and cedar and leather. Okay, so bottom line, you're gonna get the whole fragrance spectrum of spice, citrus, vanilla, musk a little bit, and then it's gonna really project. For this one, the lasting power is really good too, right? So you're not gonna have to spray a whole lot of it, and almost it'll take you showering to really get this off you, man. I really love this fragrance. I love it just for the array of notes. I love the compliment pulling factor of it. And even for a designer fragrance, I think it'd be worth the investment. just to really get a nice elevated fragrance in your collection. That's one of those, you get this, you really, you like that for real, in my opinion. But there you go, guys. We got 5 fragrances for you, whole spectrum. So again, you wanna keep it simple, just keep it nice and affordable. Go with 9 p.m. You want it a little bit less sweet, but you still want it nice and affordable. You go with Jimmy Choo Man. You want it real fresh out the shower, you maybe need a gym fragrance, you go Hawaii. You want a night out clubbing fragrance, boom, go Eros. And last but not least, ready to make that investment and get some both with a level of versatility. So you got a day, night, outing, date, bang right here. Get you that Zara Once by Night. I appreciate y'all for supporting me, for rocking with me, and I appreciate the comments. We're starting to get people engaging as well. That makes me feel good, and that helps us build a community around here. That's all we're trying to do, right? We're just trying to spread the fragrance love. We're trying to connect with my fragrance heads. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all continue to comment down below what y'all want, what kind of videos y'all want me doing next. Make sure to subscribe, share my page with the fellow fragrance head. We're just gonna keep on growing and rocking. We'll catch you on the next one. Much love.